Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 9. We want to explain the material related to interactive PowerPoint soft learning. So, let's go to the material.
Hello, I'm Mulyati. I would like to explain the understanding of grammar and vocabulary with conversation degree. The first is grammar. Grammar is the set of rules that govern the structure and organization of sentence and phrases in a language. It consists of a set of principles that govern the combination of words, phrases, and clauses into meaningful and coherent structure. The second is vocabulary. Vocabulary is the set, words, and phrases that a person knows and understands in a language. A person's vocabulary reflects their knowledge of a language and their ability to express their thoughts and ideas using that language. Vocabulary might indeed refer to the collection of words known by an individual or by a large group or people. The next is conversation degree. Degree of conversation can be used to describe a conversation between two things. It can be an adjective or an adverb. Due to the required account of object conversation in speech, this is one of the essential abilities for English language learners. And there are two categories. This is comparative degree and superlative degree. The first is comparative degree. Comparative degree is a degree of comparison that compares two things to show which has the lesser or greater degree of the quality. Adjective and adverbs can be written in one of three degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. The next is superlative degree. The superlative degree is used to compare more than two things to show which has the less or greatest degree of a quality. It is used to express the extreme or highest degree of a quality and is performed by adding the suffix s to only syllables adjective. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Trissa Kartika and welcome to this interactive self-learning video for listening skill with the material about family tree and family members. Family members are the composition of individuals who have a genealogy. In a genealogy, there is the origin of a family which describes family relationships through several generations. The family tree are grouped into four types. First, we have nuclear family. A nuclear family is a family that only consists of parents and children who are not yet married, so a nuclear family only consists of two generations. Nuclear family tree usually consists of father, mother, children, sibling, or twins. Second, we have extended family. An extended family is a family that has a wider scope than a nuclear family, where an extended family is also called a large family that has many generations. Extended family tree consists of great-grandmother, great-grandfather, great-grandfather, grandmother, granddaughter, grandson, great-grandchild, and relatives such as aunt, uncle, cousin, nephew, and niece. Third, we have the in-laws family. The in-laws family is a bond between two families. They usually are the family members formed through marriage. The in-laws family consists of father-in-law, mother-in-law, son-in-law, daughters-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, etc. And for the last one, we have reconstituted family. A reconstituted family is a family formed from a divorce between the father and the mother. This family was formed when the father or the mother remarried. Relationships in this family tree begin with the word step, while relationship with siblings who have the same parents but different father or mother begins with the word half. Reconstituted family tree consists of stepfather, stepmother, stepchild, stepsister, stepbrother, half-brother, and half-sister. Well, that's all about family tree and family members. I hope my explanation will help you to get a better understanding on this topic. Now let's go on to the next material.
Hello, my name is Fabhia Tamtia. I would like to explain the understanding of reading skill with narrative text. Okay, definition of narrative text. Narrative text is a story with complication or problematic events, and it tries to find the resolutions to solve the problem. Types of narrative text. The first one is fictional narrative. It's a story that is not based on real events or real people. It can be a novel, short story, fable, or fairy tale. Second is biography. It's a narrative text that tells the life story of someone other than the author, written from a third-person perspective. And the third is memoir. It's a narrative text that focuses on a particular period or event in the author's life, often written from a first-person perspective. And the next is autobiography. It's a narrative text that tells the life story of the author, written from a first-person perspective. And the last is legend. It's kind of a folklore. Now I will explain about the structure of narrative text. The first is orientation. Orientation sets the stage for the story. Ideally, the orientation should answer the question who, where, and when. So, when reading the orientation part, we should be able to identify the character and setting, both time and place of the story. Second is complication. This section contains the problems that occur within a story. It is divided into three parts, namely rising action, problems begin to emerge, climax, peak of the problem, and the last is falling action. The tension of the problem begins to decrease and the solution starts to emerge. Okay, and the next structure is resolution. This may involve characters finding a solution to their issues, overcoming obstacles, or experiencing personal growth. The resolution helps tie up loose ends, providing closure for the reader and allowing them to see how the events of the story have impacted the characters. And the last is reorientation or evaluation. This section typically appears at the end of the story, providing a summary or commentary on the characters' experiences and the consequences of their actions. It helps the reader understand the significance of the story and encourages them to consider the message or lesson the author intended to convey. Okay, I think that's all from me. Let's go to the next material.
Alright, the next material is related to speaking skill. So what is the material that related to speaking skill? So now we want to learn about acts of favor. So what is acts of favor? Everyone, acts of favor is reversed to requesting or expressing a need for help, support, or service from someone else, and the request is based on a variety of reasons such as personal needs and then work-related tasks and also emotional supports. And how can we use the acts of favor in our environment? For example, to our friends, our family. So there are some patterns that we can use to ask a favor in our environment. First pattern is may I plus verb. For example, may I use your car? May I use your pen? May I use your pencil? That's the example for the first patterns. And the second pattern is could you please plus verb. For example, could you please open the door? Could you please open the window? Could you please open the book? That's the example for the second pattern. And the next pattern is could I ask or bother or trouble you plus infinitive. For example, could I ask you to help my sister? Could I bother you to help my sister? That's the example for these patterns. The next matter that I would like to explain is related to how to ask for a favor in the right way. So everyone, be careful when you ask a favor. First one, you have to be direct and be polite. The situation that can explain this statement is when you need to go to store to buy something and then your baby is still sleeping in your room, you can ask your neighbors, you can ask her, you can ask him, would you mind, I have to buy something from the store but my baby is still sleeping, would you mind to coming over to listening my baby? That's the be direct. And also be polite, I will be happy to pick up something for you from the store. That's the be polite. So if you want to ask a favor, you have to be direct and be polite. And next is don't make it sound bad. If you are asking a favor, put the request in a positive light. For example, you have to say sorry, I know you are busy, but could you please help me to open the window? Could you please help me to make my laptop good again? That's the example for don't make it sound bad. And avoid guilt. You might want something from a person you've done things for the past. And don't cross the line. So the situation that explain this statement is when you have a friend and she is or he is a doctor and you ask a physical test in a personal time, you definitely crossing the line. So you have to be careful when you ask a favor. And the last is show respect. When you want a favor from someone you respect, let the person know that this is why you're coming to them. For example, the situation is you can tell the someone that you ask a favor, since you are well respected in this environment, your recommendation would mean a lot to me. That's the example for show respect when you ask a favor. So that's all the material that I can explain. Thank you so much. I hope that you are understand everyone. So let's go to the next material.
Hello, I'm Mulyati. I would like to explain the understanding of writing skill with exposition text. The writing is an activity that creates a record of or information and a medium using characters. Writing by me defined as any conventional system of marks or signs that represents the utterance of a language. Writing readers language visible, where speech is ephemeral, writing is concrete, and by conversation permanent. The next is analytical exposition text. An analytical exposition is a type of text that present arguments or opinions that persuade readers or listeners about a particular topic. It is one of the main genres of non-fiction writing and is often used in academic and professional settings to convey information and ideas to an audience. Structure of analytical exposition. The first is introduction or thesis. A thesis is basically scientific paper whose content described scientifically, namely logical and systematical. The next is argument. Argument is the second part of the exposition text that contains an explanation or proof of the thesis that has been presented. The last is reiteration of conclusion. The last part of the generic structure was reiteration. In the reiteration or conclusion, the conclusion of the writer was presented. The next is language features analytical exposition text. First is use simple present tense. How to of writing in past of future tense. It is more effective to write in simple present tense. The next is use connective words or linking words. Effective use connective words such as and, but, however, therefore, and because help to connect related idea and create a more cohesive text. The last is using words that are opinions, using words such as saying, feel, think, know, realize, and believe, can add subjectively and show the other perspective on the topic. Okay, I think that's all for me and my friends. Hope you like and enjoy the video. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye everyone.